What's up, YouTube? This is the Boys Down Bad podcast, and here's our interview with Nebraska volleyball legend Lauren Stivrins.
All right. This is the Boys Down Bad podcast, and we are so excited to welcome on former Nebraska volleyball legend and 2017 national champion, Lauren Stivrins. Lauren, welcome on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, all right. So Trevin is not here yet, but we've got cousin Chris Storr. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Good to be here. Good to be here. All right. Lauren, first of all, congrats on a great final year at Nebraska. We always want to start these interviews kind of going back to the beginning. So if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you ended up in Lincoln at Nebraska, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know like how far back you guys.
Sorry.
We're going. Oh, thanks for waiting. Where am I sitting?
Just
Jeez, Jesus Christ.
Well, how far back do you want me to go?
Just like high school, kind of how you got recruited in Nebraska and why you chose to come to Lincoln.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, Nebraska. I started volleyball like 7th, 8th grade year, and Nebraska was the first place that I actually visited. It was before I was even like good at volleyball. I was just there because we have obviously a bunch of family that lives in Nebraska, and we were out there for Christmas one year. And so my uncle actually was like Coach Cook's dog, on him through that, and so that's how we kind of got tickets, and then got introduced that way, and then they started like following my career, and I found myself like whenever I went on any visits to other schools in the years to come, like I was always comparing that school to Nebraska. And then I just, one thing led to another. Thought I was going to go to one school, didn't really work out that way, and then Nebraska was always just like on my mind, and called Coach Cook up and committed and stuck with it. I committed going into my sophomore year of high school, or I don't know. I think it was my sophomore year of high school, but really young. And then stuck with it, arrived on campus. I redshirted my freshman year and then played the next 5. And now here we are.
So were you always going to come to Nebraska? Were there other schools kind of on your mind?
Oh, yeah, there were definitely other schools. I was kind of torn between Nebraska and USC for the longest time. My best friend, she was actually on my club team, and we both started volleyball the same year together. She was going to USC, and I don't know, I really liked how it was close to home. I liked that it was in the Pac-12 and all this other stuff, and gave myself like a timeline as to when I wanted to be committed by, because all of my friends kept committing, and that was like the thing to do, was to commit really young. Don't know why, but that's how it was back then. And so then I tried to call USC to commit, and the coach like didn't pick up at all that day, and I tried like multiple times.
What a joke.
That's huge.
And so then I was like, forget it, and then I called and I committed, and I told my parents that I committed to Nebraska, and they were like shocked, like genuinely
Really?
shocked.
You committed before you told them?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my mom was like there, and I was like, I'm just gonna call coach and just like say like, what's up? And then I ended up just committing. I was like, yeah, I'll go there.
Well, we're happy you came.
Yeah, I know. I am too. It all worked out for the better, I'd say. I had a great time and learned a lot, and all good things.
For sure.
Who's your favorite teammate you ever got to play with?
My favorite that like that's
Putting her on the spot.
Who's your least favorite?
I don't want to like offend anyone. I have a good few, like on the court, off the court. Like, which one are we talking?
I guess let's
do both.
More like maybe both. Like maybe like a mentor, maybe to you.
A mentor to me, I would like, for mentoring purposes, I would say like Kelly Hunter or Michaela Fecky. For like people that I like playing with on the court, I would say Nicklin and Kenzie Maloney. And then for like off the court, I think that it's probably like Nicklin or Lexi.
Nice. You mentioned something like Fecky and like Maloney, like that feels like so long ago.
I know. Tell me about it. Becky just had a kid this past week, and I'm like,
I did see that.
Gosh,
that's so crazy.
long ago. But yeah, I guess we have Chris here too, obviously. So I'm kind of curious, like, why did you guys end up getting you and Amber? Because you have a sister, Amber, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you guys get the tall jeans and Chris over here and his brother? I don't know. Did you know they call him Juice, his brother?
Juice?
Yeah. People call him Juice around here. I don't know
It's
why.
a dope nickname.
Yeah,
That is a cool nickname. I want a cool nickname.
so like text him next time, say Juice. But you guys got the tall jeans. I don't know why did Chris get the short end of the stick.
I don't know. I got 2 tall parents. He's got 1 tall parent. Like maybe it's something to do with that.
He's not very tall.
Space.
Yeah.
Days. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. I don't know.
So you guys had a great run last year, but you missed the first 11 games with a back injury?
Yeah, something like that.
You had surgery. Can you like describe that process? Like, was it difficult coming back, and how you're able to lead the team to the national championship? That's got to be hard.
Yes and no. It was kind of weird because that was my first injury, and like at the time I was just like, oh, it's like a little bump in the road. It's okay. Like we'll just have surgery and then we'll be like back to normal. And then the rehab process was kind of like long and like annoying, but I never once was like discouraged by it in any way. It was just tough deciding whether or not I wanted to come back and play for that last season, because I had gone through that already 5 times before, which is already more than most people. And to have to do that a 6th time is it's a lot, and mentally and physically. So, but after being around like my teammates and stuff like that and doing my rehab in Lincoln definitely played a huge role in me making that decision to come back, because I was around all of them and just seeing like how great of people they are and how hard they've been working. Like I knew I wanted to be back around them and take advantage of such a unique opportunity like the COVID year, to be one of the people that got to say that they got to, I don't know, do all of that. And it being the first year of NIL too, I felt like that was all pretty, it's a unique experience, and definitely wanted to say that I got to experience that. So yeah, came back and had a great time, and we made a solid run, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was awesome to watch.
Do you think, you mentioned NIL, does that, like for Nebraska, I guess, coming down the road there as they kind of figured all that stuff out, is that just gonna help us even more, I guess, down the road with like recruits?
Definitely. I don't think there's many schools that have quite the fan base and following that Nebraska does, and that's like such a huge draw for like the NIL, especially if these athletes like need a source of income, if money is tight in their family for any reason, or if they just want to like get a jump start on their career. And like, I don't know, this is the place to do it. They have all the resources to help their student athletes, and the fans are awesome, and they do it in a way that's not like shady in any way, I feel like. And like at some schools, you're always going to find like loopholes, but like Nebraska is really so like clean cut, and like they just like make sure that they're doing everything by the book. And I think that's like a testament to like what they do in Nebraska. Just like as a whole, they're good people, they're solid people, and they care. So yeah, I think it's awesome. And I'm really glad that Nebraska is like ahead of the game with all of that stuff. I think that's a huge draw for recruiting for all the sports here.
I had a question. Got here a little late.
Go ahead.
Don't know if you guys have talked about it yet, but we kind of asked Nicklin this. What makes Coach Cook like different? Like, why is he so good at what he does, and what makes him so special?
I think that he, in his own way, because it's a little, things get a little confused and lost in translation with him, but in his own way, he genuinely cares about his players and cares about their well-being, and like wants to see them succeed in life, regardless of like if that's on the volleyball court or off of it. Like he does go about it some weird ways for sure, but he definitely just wants the best for his players. And sometimes like that means that they go to another school, and whether they realize that or not, like by sending these people to a different school, he still has their best interests at heart, because anyone who comes to Nebraska to play volleyball is at such an elite level already. Like, to be able to compete here for a position means that you can go and be a starter at pretty much any other school. So if you're not getting your opportunity here and he like recommends going to like another place, it is because he wants to see you be successful. It's not because he's being a dick. I don't know if I should say that.
Go ahead. Let it fly.
Yeah.
We have like
Yeah,
so many
but-
recruits that come in every year. It's like, just seems like every recruiting class we get, it's like number 1, number 2, number 5 in the nation.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the pressure's constantly on, it seems like.
Yeah.
Position, you know.
Yeah. And that happens with like the top programs. He's got like a great staff around him from like every standpoint. And so it's no wonder that all these athletes like want to come and play for him.
That's really cool.
For sure. So you're down in Dallas right now, in a professional volleyball league, and we have no idea
Oh, yeah.
how. Yeah, go
My
for it.
coworker was kind of like explaining this. She loves volleyball and like knows what league you're in, and said like this could be way off, but they like redraft like every 2 weeks the teams. That could
It's every week. So the league is only like technically 5 weeks long. Like I would probably be here for 6 weeks. But the first week is just like scrimmages and practices and stuff. But then each week the top 4 point scorers, so you get points for like kills, digs, blocks, like aces, stuff like that, like is all point based. And then like whoever has the most points at that end of the week is like one of the captains. And then they go through this like draft, and like you draft your team for the week. But you also get points taken away for like hitting errors, serving errors, passing errors. Like it's so crazy how it works. Like, and you get points for even like your team winning a set. But yeah, it's really cool how it works, and it makes it fun and exciting. And yeah, I really enjoyed it so far.
Are there any other Huskers that are in the league competing?
None. I'm the only Husker. Last year, I think there were 2 or 3. But yeah, this year it's just me. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. How many teams are there?
How many teams? There's only 4 teams. So there's like, I think there's 46 people here, 46 athletes. And then, yeah, we just go through a draft each week. And we actually just had the draft a couple hours ago. So
Oh, nice.
So each person gets like points throughout the season. Is that kind of like the end of the season reward?
yeah. And then at the end of the season, like they have like a system, like the top point scorer gets like a $50,000 bonus or something like that. And then like it goes like each like one after that gets like a smaller and smaller, but like the last person still gets like a $3,000 bonus at the end of this.
Huh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you just recently, I saw a news article, you signed a contract to play professionally in Italy. Is that right?
I did. Yes, I will. It's actually Michaela.
Yeah,
my
congrats.
I did. Yeah, it's really exciting. I hope that all works out, and I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, just never know.
Yeah, there we go.
So one question that I had was, so since this is the Boys Down Bad podcast,
Mm-hmm.
can you think of a moment or like your biggest moment where you were down bad?
Wow.
Embarrassing,
a
like
funny-
embarrassing moment or like funny moment where you were just like, why the hell did I just do that? Or something
Oh my
like
gosh, my entire life. Are you kidding? I don't think we have enough time for all of that. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like an appropriate.
It
Down
doesn't
bad.
have to be appropriate.
yeah, can be anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have just like this funny story. I'm gonna expose the hell out of myself with this one. But anyway, one time I had gone to visit a friend this was like a couple months into the COVID. It was like Thanksgiving week of the first COVID year. So this is like 2020.
Mhm.
And we got like 2 days off from practice, and coach was like, okay, everyone, you guys need to be safe. Like we don't even know if we want to send you guys home because it's just going to be a COVID fest for everyone. Just make sure you guys are being safe. Like no one get COVID and everything will be fine. Like blah, blah, whatever. We're all like, yeah, sure. So I was like, all right, my sister's in season and she's playing an away game, so I can't go there. And then my brothers were all over the place. So I was like, probably not. And then I was like, I'm just going to go meet up with some old friends. I had a friend that played volleyball at Yale. And there was also like a bunch of football games, like NFL games, just like in that area. And like we had friends that played for teams, whatever. I'm really not trying to like expose anyone, including myself right now. But anyway. So went to this person's game, and like we're like having a grand old time, and like he gets back from his game and we're all just like sitting there talking, and then he gets a call, so then he leaves.
Oh no, here we go.
He like leaves the room and comes back in. He's like, I tested positive for COVID this morning. And we're like, oh
No.
we're like, oh shit. And we had been around him in close contact probably more than we should have been. So then I had to like figure out a way to get from Baltimore back to Lincoln because I couldn't fly because now I'd been exposed.
True.
And I was like, I don't know what to do. And it was like Thanksgiving weekend. I wasn't about to get on a plane knowing that people's families and stuff were all in town.
Right.
So called my parents, had to explain that one to them. They didn't even know I was going on this trip. So that was embarrassing. Then I was like, I honestly have no idea what to do. Like, I can't even get on a train, like whatever. So then I called my sister, and she was finally back from her road trip. She had just been playing Florida. She got back to town and ultimately had her drive from Athens, Georgia up to Baltimore to pick me up, to drive me all the way back to Lincoln, Nebraska, knowing damn well that I had COVID, and she just like didn't care. We made like a road trip out of it.
Amber. Shout out to Amber.
Amber.
Yeah.
The homie. But anyway, so then I also had to like explain to the coaches, to like the trainers, who I had been in contact with, what I was doing, like blah, blah, all this other stuff. It was so embarrassing. And I just remember Coach Cook coming back the first day that I was like out of quarantine, and he's like, oh, this sucks. And I was like, what? And he's like, my fantasy football team is sucking right now. And I was like, why? He's like, 'cause all my Ravens players are out.
Yeah.
That's good.
I was like, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
That's a good one.
I would say you're down pretty bad after that.
Yeah, that was just like embarrassing. And then like anytime there was any type of football on the TV or anything like that, coach had something to say, and
Of course.
it was just funny. He's just funny like that. Yeah, I mean, you know, Chris knows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, that's my down bad story.
That's
a good one.
That's a great story. Yeah. So
I guess what are the plans then after volleyball? Then I guess are obviously still would be pro, probably maybe USA, Team USA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully. That has always been a goal for me, and it's definitely something that I want. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not. You can ask pretty much anyone that knows me. I'm not huge on planning or like scheduling or stuff like that. But definitely big on goals, and that is one of mine. So whatever that looks like, whenever that may be, I see that happening at some point. And I'm going to work really hard to make sure that that does happen. But I don't know what happens after volleyball. I really don't. I'm going to keep my options open, figure it out as I go. I don't have anything that I'm like dead set on. Like I need to do this. I want to do this. Like I'm kind of like a go with the flow type of person. So
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think just with time and everything, I'll figure that out. But for now, it's volleyball, and that's where I'm at, and I still love it. And I'm gonna ride this wave for as long as I can, and then figure it out.
Do you like beach or floor better?
I like both of them for different reasons. I like beach because I get to, I don't know, touch the ball a lot more often. Like I have a lot more control of the game. But I like indoor because it's a much more like team sport, and I think there's a lot of variability with all of that, which like keeps me on my toes, but it's also so fun, and it's a lot more engaging. But beach is definitely fun as well. I don't know, both of them great sports, can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
We try to play beach sometimes.
Yeah, we play. We
try.
dabble.
We
Try.
yeah.
We've got. Nicklin said she was gonna be on our team at some point. So if you want to come down too,
She's ever
I
back in
mean,
Nebraska.
Hard pass. Is there like one more question, because I have to get going here soon?
no, yeah,
You.
I think
Whenever.
I think that's it.
yeah, we're good.
Questions.
We're out of
We're
questions.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome. Nice to meet
Thanks,
you
Lauren.
guys.
Lauren.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.